Correa stops. Force at second. That's all they'll get.
Carlos Correa, the man that signed a 13-year, $350 million contract with the San Francisco Giants just to have it later scrubbed because of a medical issue. Just 3 hours after the Giants backed out of this deal, to my delight, the Mets signed Correa to a 13-year, $350 million deal. But now the Mets are also questioning whether to go through with the contract or not. So let's start at the beginning. Unfortunately, there is no video of the Carlos Correa injury that has both the Giants and the Mets worried. If you don't know what injury I'm talking about, then let me explain. Alright guys, so basically back in 2014, this injury was when Carlos Correa was sliding into third base on a triple, and he got an injury in his right ankle. And so basically, long story short, they had to put a metal plate in that ankle. And Carlos Correa, in September of 2022, this past season, right before he became a free agent, he actually did something to that ankle again. He was sliding into second on a steal, and the guy at second base who was catching the ball to tag him, he caught the ball and tagged him right on the metal plate. And Carlos Correa basically felt a vibration go up all through his body. He knew he was okay, but he thought there might be something wrong with it. And so now the teams like the Giants and Mets, they are concerned with it. They're concerned about the long term, not the short term. And so, yeah, if you guys didn't understand what injury I was talking about, there you go. And that brings us to the 2022-2023 free agency pool, where Carlos Correa was ranked 6th out of every free agent in baseball. And you can see why, because of his 5.4 WAR, 22 homers, 291 batting average, 64 RBIs, 366 on base percentage, and 140 OPS plus. This guy was really sought after, and this is why he went to the Giants.
We begin this final half hour of SportsCenter with the breaking news from the Diamond. The Giants have signed Carlos Correa to a 13-year, $350 million deal.
Breaking news in Major League Baseball. Shortstop Carlos Correa and the San Francisco Giants are reportedly agreeing to a 13-year, $350 million deal.
Leading the league right now here on Hot Stove. Adnan Burkin for Matt Vasgersian with Harold Reynolds, Lauren Shahadi, the entire outstanding crew. And JP Morosi right now joins us as we are leading the league with the massive news of Carlos Correa. 13 years and $350 million.
So basically, guys, this was a big deal. After missing out on both Arson and Aaron Judge, the Giants finally got the superstar they've been dying for. Until they didn't.
Superstar free agent Carlos Correa is headed to the New York Mets and not the San Francisco Giants after all.
It was at this point where I started going absolutely nuts and crazy. I was so excited about this. Waking up one morning in Dornsife, Pennsylvania with my grandparents, visiting them for Christmas, celebrating Christmas with them, and I wake up one morning and I see the ESPN article and I see so many notifications and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? And I see Carlos Correa signed with the Mets after Giants deal falls through. But then I got to the point where I started doing some digging of my own, and I got to where the Giants stopped the deal because of some physical problem. And so I looked into what that problem was, and I'm going to share that with you guys because it is a big part of the story. As you guys can see in this article, the reason that the Giants backed out of the deal is because the Giants became concerned with a long-term status of Correa's lower leg during a physical examination. From there, let's just defer to Boris's public explanation of what happened from there. We reached an agreement. We had a letter of agreement. We gave them a time frame to execute it. Boris told The Athletic. They advised us they still had questions. They still wanted to talk to other people, other doctors, and go through with it. But eventually that would not happen because of this right leg injury that stemmed all the way back from a 2014 injury that Correa got in Single A with Houston. The Giants ended up having a lot of physical backlash about this, and so the general manager, Farhan Zaidi, went on and made a statement that said, while we are prohibited from disclosing confidential medical information, there was a difference of opinion over the results of Carlos Correa's examination. We wish Carlos the best. Carlos Correa's agent, Scott Boras, would also be interviewed by SNY, where he said this.
What is your confidence level that, whatever the Giants sell will not be?
We've had 3 teams offer this player contracts in excess of, 10 years. Obviously, every one of them had their medicals. There is no current issue with Carlos's health whatsoever.
And so basically all this led up to the New York Mets signing Correa to that massive 12-year, $315 million deal. Everything's good, right?
No!
The Mets have ended up having the exact same problem as the Giants as they had, except in the past 2.5 weeks, there has been literally nothing about Correa except that the Mets are very frustrated about everything that's been going on, and they're even considering walking away from the deal. If something more happens with this Carlos Correa saga, I will let you guys know. But like, subscribe, comment right now so you can know if something else happens. Let me know what you guys thought about this video because I put a bunch of time and effort into this. Like one of these informational videos kind of things. Let me know if you guys like those. Like, subscribe, comment again, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.